Big brother, it's big brother, it's my brother, it's your brother, it's our brother, it's his brother, it's her brother, it's their brother. Run past the gravy, bro.
What's going on, gang? It is Past Gary Bro, and tonight it's just Alex and Emma holding things down for our Sunday episode recap. We'll also be giving you our Week 5 power rankings, and let's just say some problematic spoilers. There's some problematic spoilers that we are going to get to later on in the show, so stay tuned if you want to know about those. But things got a little crazy. The internet's
spicy.
Not very happy with one of our house guests currently. We'll get to that in a little bit, though. Tonight's episode, I'm upset that I missed out on Thursdays because it felt like that was a crazy episode when I got in. But we got to find out like there was no HOH or any of that, so we got to have all the fallout kind of that went down with Jag. And Jag, I loved when they like make it seem authentic that like, oh no, please, I hope that there's a power that saves me. And then it shows like right after that, we actually told him and he was just acting all of this the whole time. It was interesting to kind of see like, because even on the feeds, I didn't realize that was kind of the way they went about it. Where like, I thought he was just completely blindsided.
I thought he was too.
Because he keeps talking to people, like trying to find out what happened, and like he's been doing that all week. It's not like just it wasn't just right off the bat. But yeah. What is Bean says? What am I supposed to do with my Allison shrine? Yeah, she was. I think she went to go visit her sister, so she's out of town, but she should be back on Wednesday. And then she may be sending us power rankings. I'm not sure.
Might be.
I'm not sure. But yeah, so you see Jag going around kind of figuring out what's going on. And then the Fieldses, is there some cracking going on in the Fieldses masterclass game? Because Suri and Jared are kind of putting their foot in their mouth or whatever. Is it put your fist in your mouth? Putting their foot in their mouth.
If they're 2 feet, it would be feet in their mouth.
Putting their feet in their mouth.
Nope.
Putting their feet, their
just
feet.
One feet. Nope.
They're both of their feet. No, it's feet.
These are feet.
No, so Suri was told by Matt when Matt won the power that Matt was going to go use it. Matt tells Jag, and Jag's like, all right, well, I know that only Suri and Matt know because they told me that. And then Jared's like, look, I'm just saying, I know me and Blue are tight, but like, I think you're both going to be fine.
Why?
And he was like,
why?
Because Jared's an idiot and Jared doesn't know how to play the game.
Okay, that's an honest
He makes
answer.
bad decisions.
He does. Why? What would make him think that's a good idea?
Well, he tried to play like I don't know. It's weird because he like goes to his mom. He's like, I can play my own game, Mom.
Yeah.
And she's like, you can't because you're doing dumb stuff. And then like he goes, he's like, Mom, how do I play the game? And like it's like when he's doing something dumb, he's telling her, I can play the way I want to. But like
my life, Mom.
every other time, like, I don't know what to do, Mommy. What do I do? How?
Why? Save my girlfriend.
Jared is a complete and total disgrace, says Bean. What's going on, everybody in the chat? We got Ashley, Jason, Angela, Bean, Todd. Ashley's in the chat too. Yeah, what's going on, everybody? If you're new here, maybe just you can join the chat if you're listening. If you're watching us, you can also listen anywhere you listen to podcasts as well. Suri would be better off voting him out. I mean, right now he's a number, and at a certain point, I think it might have to get to that because he is going to be a detriment. Problem. He is going to be a detriment. He's been a detriment the whole time.
Your vocabulary is better than mine.
I'm trying to, I don't know. I'm trying to change it up so I feel like to say the same thing all the time. So Jag trying to figure out what's going on. I just took a note that Red said, Jag, he looks like he has lady luck on his side.
Yeah.
And I love the hat. They were really emphasizing the red, like holler hat. I feel like that he's been wearing.
And it's sweat stained and got some pins.
I also took a note that Nicole was on screen 2 times tonight.
Yeah.
I
love her though.
Honestly, is more wallpaper in this game outside of that one like meltdown she had in the storage room. She's more wallpaper than Bowie because like she just doesn't get in conversations. At least Bowie's like, that's not a knife. That's not a knife. That's a knife.
One more time.
Like that's what Bowie does.
Well, yeah, and then we're constantly talking about how Bowie's wallpaper, so then she gets brought up more.
Right, and Miko's just like sitting in rooms doing nothing, hanging out. At least Bowie's like, I don't really know what's going on.
I'm smiling.
Oh, I'm gonna hang out though. Let's hang out, mates.
Let's get physical.
Izzy and America pretty much put together that it was Matt, that had the power and used it on Jag because he was like, Jag wouldn't have used the power on himself.
Why?
That's what I didn't understand either. But like, I feel like Cerise probably also told her that. But yeah, I didn't understand that logic to it. But it made sense that it would be Matt because she was like, Matt seemed like he had it. And I don't think.
Only if you assume Jag wouldn't use it on himself.
Right. But I feel like Cerise gives her
means
stuff.
She knew. She just couldn't tell America she knew.
Yeah.
America.
Yeah. So, Jason says Suri is like the head coach that rides a quarterback too long and goes down to the ship. And then Todd says, or a baseball coach that leaves a starting pitcher in too long.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know, because like Suri got him to win HOH. Like, he is winning HOH, and it's like, if you can't win, like, you can at least have your second person do all the stuff and kind of do the dirty work for him. And the hard part of watching that whole HOH comp, which I guess we will get to, which we're skipping to that. We just kind of had Jared telling Jag he was safe, Jag putting together that stuff. Just I don't know the logic of Izzy putting that together without being told by Suri. I feel like Suri told other people, we just didn't see that. And then,
or especially after the fact, maybe not before eviction.
Yes.
Just for reactions, but after the fact, that she was like, I knew, of course I knew. And then also her ego was so inflated. She was like, he's not trusting my side. It's not y'all. It's me. He just told me. And she really enjoyed.
Daniel says in the chat, he says, it is a good thing that Matt used the power last week because it would be pointless this week. It is kind of true, but would have been chaotic if somebody used it and saved Cam or Red, though, right?
But it wouldn't have been Matt.
It wouldn't have been.
No one would save any.
But it would have been cool.
Except those guys.
That would have been more dramatic than Jag. But yeah, no, you're right. You're right, Daniel. That would have been a pointless power. And then we'd be like, oh, cool. Another Big Brother power that didn't go used. So we were still like, this is dumb. And like, it wasted the pressure cooker week, which is kind of the shittiest part about it when you think about it. Where like last time it was like Kaser made that deal and it fucked him over. And it's like, Cameron won it and it didn't matter. Could have just not mattered. Can Cameron use the power again this week? No. Or can Matt use the power? Says Todd. No, that power's Dunsky's. Once used, it's a one and done type thing. Matt is under Suri's, but yeah, I don't know why he went and told her. I guess because he just knows she's good at the game, and he's like, I can get.
Well, even like in the little America Corey segment where America's going off about Suri, and then Corey was like, she's been doing this for 17 years.
Good point.
And so people just
and you just tie yourself to that.
Yeah,
which
is not smart. Play your own game. Because otherwise, that's how you get someone in the end, by just letting them be in charge and pick you off one by one.
Because that was the weird part about the Corey. I guess we're jumping around on this a little bit, but yeah, Corey in America, where Corey was trying to be like, we don't need to make the big move right now. We've kind of been under the radar, but you do kind of have to have a point where like Paulie and Paul's season when they did the double P, like where there was Paulie was running that house, and at a certain point it was like, and we're done with this shit, and like. He was more dominant than, I guess he was just more of like a hostile takeover than it is Suri. With Suri, it does have deals with everybody, but like at a certain point, the house was like, all right, well, like if like very few seasons, I feel like in Big Brother, do you see the not majority side of the house be like, all right, guys, this is the point where we either have to fucking work together or we're all just gonna get picked off. And almost always they're like, hey, I just want to let you know, Alex was telling, Alex was talking to Emma and me about maybe going after you. And then like, all right, cool, we're going to get him out. And it's like, and that's the end of that. And it's like, you just have to stick together and be like, look, I don't care that we didn't get along in the beginning. I don't care that we didn't work together. Right now, it's Suri, it's Izzy, it's Jared, it's Blue, it's Felicia. It's this whole side of the house. We gotta fucking put some numbies together. We got to get an HOH, or we got to take shots at them. And it's like last week, where Cameron is just too like in his like just oblivious to realize like Suri does not care. And how miserable in the HOH was it where Cameron was like, I can't win back to back, but level 25 can. And then Red's like, I just gotta really hope that level 25 does it. I really just gotta hope that level 25 can get out there and do it. And it doesn't. It's like they don't give a shit about you. No. They don't care. Everybody in the house really wants you out though.
But that's everybody what makes such good television.
It does, but it's just like the whole thing. Like, no, guys, stop it. And I understand we see all of the angles of it, and they only see what they see. But it was incredibly frustrating to watch, and that is a kind of comp. I was upset that Cameron was out in the first round, and that Red only lasted a couple, and then was like he buzzed himself on the wrong one. Yeah. And I like that because those comps are kind of, you see the hierarchy, and like Sareed played it well and then cried about how like where she kind of threw it to Jared, and then she was like, I just am happy that he's making his own mark on this game. And it's like, but you kind of threw it to him, and then Izzy fucked up.
Right.
It wasn't Jared like being like, I got it. And Jared went 3 times. He went first. He didn't go again until the next last game. And then he went because he won and he had to play in the final. Yeah. And his mom kind of threw it to him. And then Izzy fucked up. So like Jared was like, that is how you can win those HOH comps, where it's like Cameron and Red, had they not lost early, like they were going to be up every single time. Hey, I'm going to go Red and Cameron. Yeah. I'm going to go Red and Cameron. I'm going to go Red and Cameron. And those are confusing. Angela says it looked like a lot of them were confused with the buttons. I wonder if it's like you see ABC the way we do, but it's reversed to them. So like if they don't have the
I'm sure they
letter behind them
on the side, but you automatically.
But you're just like,
this is A. This is gonna.
So I absolutely think that's the case for it, and I would probably totally fuck up on that because even like Izzy and then was it Jag that did it because somebody else did it, and you could tell they were like, why did I hit that one? So like they immediately looked down like they would have messed it up. They would be backwards in the player's perspective. So that makes sense. But like, Jared kind of got that. Todd or Bean says Chris just won a running race with a broken leg, so Jared can win this.
Jared can win this.
Yeah, he has a broken something. Maybe a broken brain. Maybe a broken brain is what he has. Not a broken leg. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, Jared wins the head of household. Then Felicia drops a lot of microphones in the toilet. Apparently it was 5. It got up to 5 times that she's done it, maybe not 5 consecutive days.
She should just take it off before she goes in there.
That's what I always thought they did. But I'm trying to think of how the counter is in the bathroom this year, because I always felt like they would just like, you'd see them undo it, you'd see them put it there, because like I know you can turn your mic off, but like I don't want a mic on me when I'm in the bathroom at all.
No, I'm sure the mic guys don't want that either.
Right. So it's like, just set that out there. Like there should be a basket. Just put a basket out there for Felicia at least. Like you can bring something in that just like stands there.
Require her to wear it if she goes in there with someone. But that probably won't happen.
Right. And just don't open the toilet if you go in there, Felicia, because
it's gonna go, it's a magnet.
So yeah, that was pretty funny. And then we had the Corey in America talking about knowing that like everyone knows Suri and Jared and all of them are in 87 alliances, but no one's doing anything about it, and it's kind of just like the waiting game. But where Corey was trying to wait it out is like you can do that. Where like I was just saying, like if you don't take the shot at the right time and you're just waiting to make a move, like they could steamroll it and you could never have another HOH go your favor ever again, and then you're gone before anything's able to be done.
That's true.
Yeah, okay, good point. Jason says, as longtime fans, did y'all enjoy Jesse's love letters to himself? I did. I thought that was really funny. I saw Rockstar on Instagram said, you might see me tonight on Big Brother. And then when they showed the comp thing, I was like, But Jesse, I felt like had like 75% of the letters.
Yeah. Well, because they each had to take turns, right? In a couple. So he had 2 originally, and then they did them back to back. So he had 4. And Rockstar had 2, Brett had 2.
Oh, okay.
The first couple only had 1 each.
Yeah, maybe that was what it was, because you only noticed that.
Jasmine and
Turner. Well, then the example round was also Jasmine and Turner.
That's true. Okay, so everyone had 2 except
my
Jasmine.
Sweet little Georgia Peach. Gosh, remember Jasmine?
Yeah. Who could forget?
Remember Jasmine. She had the crutches in the pool. She took fucking crutches. It's like, you float. You're good. It's all right.
Butterbeans.
Look, the doctor said I don't need these, but I still do.
I want them. My muffin.
Has Corey told America about Jared and Suri? I don't think he knows about Jared and Suri.
I don't think he knows about Jared.
I think Izzy knows, and I think Blue knows. And I think Blue still might think it's Felicia. So Blue may know, but Blue knows that Jared's mom is in the game.
Okay, Blue.
She knows that Jared told her his mom's in the game.
Yeah. But just based on this HOH where she didn't pick Jared. Suri had the opportunity to pick Jared over Izzy.
I just feel like she's gonna come out of the house.
Blue would have been like, okay, there was the final thing. The final straw that made me absolutely believe.
there's relationships in the Big Brother house. I'm not shitting on anybody because I don't know how it's like to be in the Big Brother house. I'm sure that being around somebody 24/7 makes you feel different kind of ways. But like there was one of the twins, was it Liz and Austin in season 17, and there was like Paulie and Zakiya in their season. There's just ones where it's like, I feel like you guys would never be a couple if you weren't just like bored and were like, well, you want to like hang out and like kind of horny. And like Blue was probably just kind of horny. She's like, all right, Jared's cool. And I think like she's going to get out of the house and like, fuck, why did they date that guy? Why was they doing that? Blue had ITM where she did just, what did ITM mean? In the moment? Where she did that his mom was Suri, and Liz and Austin was gross. But Austin's now Luchasaurus on AEW for any wrestling fans. He said he saw a clip on YouTube. Bean did. Oh, about Blue. I mean, I felt like eventually Blue's gonna figure it out. Like,
how could she not? Right.
And just again, like, look at this part of their face and be like, oh yeah, you're right. They're mom and son. But Blue, I mean, if she doesn't tell, I want Blue to get mad at him at one point. I feel like, he could piss her off enough to where she goes in the diary room session. Okay.
We learned something new.
It was an episode.
Yeah, but she never, like, confirmed it in the episode. She just went back and forth and was like, it's probably Suri. But still, like, left me questioning her.
But yeah, like, she never 100% confirmed that she knew that it was Suri because there was the doubt initially that she thought it was Felicia also. Angela says Austin from Big Brother 17 was tag team partners with Luke Perry's son. I think it was Jungle Boy and Dinosaur or whatever, Luchasaurus. Yeah. He wears like a green mask, but he has the exact same tattoos, obviously. So I was like, I remember his tattoos because he walked around shirtless all the time in that game.
Yeah, he did.
He had weird tattoos.
He's gross.
With like lightning bolts all over him.
He's crusty, messy, dusty.
But crusty, messy. That's what you guys were big into crusty, messy, dusty on.
No, it's a thing
Thursday.
I say.
So yeah, we had Cameron go after Jared wins the HOH. He goes and talks to him. And did he throw Red under the bus? Because Jared was like, I just can't. I mean, it is low down. It is low down what Cameron did. And Cameron is playing Big Brother. Yeah, You're playing Big Brother where it's like, he wasn't like, you know what? Red's a fucking piece of shit, dude. Red's a real piece of shit. Let's get this bitch out the fucking house. He was like, hey.
That about other people, but.
Yeah, he was just like, hey, like, if Red's your guy this week, I'll be the pawn. Like, I'll play along, dude. I understand. Just like, are you going to be coming after me?
Was it because he kept saying, this is not me campaigning for my guy? He was like, this is not me talking up Red. Like saying
which is like I'm not gonna sacrifice my game.
But I'm saying if you need someone to sit there, you're the HOH. My hands are tied.
And then he was like, "Dude, fucking Cameron's a piece of shit. He wants Red dead. He fucking wants Red dead." He basically said Red can go fuck himself, and kind of told Red that.
And Red was hurt.
And Red was crying at the end.
Genuinely hurt.
That was hard to see. And then
Big Brother is ruining Red's life. I feel like he is.
It's a bit of a spoiler.
He is less Red, the character, every single day.
It's a bit of a spoiler. Yeah, we're seeing that bit be unraveled in his holler hat. They're like, just wear the hat at least. And just wear the overalls, all right? Wear the overalls, no shirt. Keep the look going. But, like, there's a part that we have not seen on the show, and I don't know if they're going to show it, where the two of them were sitting where the chillers were formed. And the chillers were formed in the hot tub. They're just dipping their toes in the hot tub. And Red kind of calls Cameron out on it. He's like, I just think there's something that you did that you can't come back from. And it's, you let me down, brother. You let me down. And he was like, what is it? What do you want to talk about it? And at one point, Cameron even said something into the lines of like, I've got nothing but time, brother. And he's like, you're in the Big Brother. I was like, we can talk about this all night, dude. And Red like didn't allude to it. But then I've also seen stuff, and we were busy yesterday, but I was on reading updates. Something along the lines of Red thinks that Cameron's been saying he's like misogynistic and making women feel uncomfortable, which is ironic as fuck if that's true and coming from Cameron. Because we'll get into spoilers, but Cameron said some stuff already that have made people feel uncomfortable.
Red has said some stuff.
Red too.
In private, I guess.
But I don't know if he was throwing Jared, if he was throwing him under the bus to Jared like that, and especially in this clip, he was not.
No.
Red kind of has a whole come to like a trying to be like, hey, like, is there anything you want to tell me that you've said about me? And Cameron's like, no, man, like, because Cameron, I don't really think is just throwing Red under the bus. I think Cameron's just kind of like playing the game, like we just said. And Red gets told by Jared, who's obviously using this as capital to be like, well, let's drive apart, make them hate each other, and that's the hardest part about Big Brother. But like, Red feels like his girlfriend or wife, his person at home, is going to be upset with him if he's portrayed negatively towards women. And it's like, if you're not being portrayed negatively towards women, if Cameron's not the one saying that, then
also,
that might be your own actions.
Doing it, then what are you worried about?
Right. Like, I feel like I'd be like, I don't think I'm being portrayed that way because I don't think I'm doing that. But yeah, that I'm sure they're probably going to show that at some point.
Well, yeah, because there's a fate of the Chillbillies.
Yeah, it's the whole Chillbillies. I'm glad they didn't say Chillbillies as much. They're gonna. It's definitely coming. It's definitely coming. But yeah. So Jared nominates Cameron and Red. You have Red crying, and that is the episode. We got some spoilers we're gonna get to here. I mean, that was
kind of a spoiler.
Us talking about them talking to each other.
Yeah.
But like, it wasn't like I didn't give away any other game stuff.
I guess
it wasn't game related.
Yeah, it
was just social. They're just sad guys. They're just sad boys.
Yeah, but
yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, hey, if you want real spoilers after this, I appreciate everybody tuning in for just the recap portion. If you don't want the spoilers, this is your time to tune out. Give us a follow on the Twitter. I am at Alex J. Middleton. Emma's at Little EM Tweets, and she's at Emma Lawler on Instagram. I'm at Alex J. Middleton on both. Allison, give Allison a follow at Al. I forgot her.
Almar
7490.
Yeah.
On Instagram, and at Affable Allison on Twitter, and we are at Pass Grade Bro on all socials. And if you don't want spoilers, this is your time to tune out. But if you do, hang tight.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
All right. Cameron fucking won the veto. Cameron won the veto. Obviously, he's going to use it on himself.
Well,
okay. Good point. Good point. We don't know. It seems like he's using it. It seems like he's going to use it on himself. Suri did try and get him. She tried to pitch.
Suri's not going to be the one to do it.
She's tried to pitch to other people that they pitched to Cameron to save Red.
Yes. Over himself.
Right.
Because it's Red's birthday.
It's Red's birthday. And so you don't want him to go because of his birthday. I don't give a fuck if it's somebody's birthday. I'm not going to lose $750,000.
For those of
I feel
you
bad.
Who don't know, Suri is famous for convincing someone to use their immunity necklace on someone else. No, he was going to use his... Now I'm all distracted. He was gonna use his immunity necklace on himself at tribal council. Suri convinced him not to. He ends up getting voted out. So everyone on the internet is abuzz about how Suri may convince someone to convince Cam to use it on. And I don't think it's totally out of the question.
Right. Sorry. Can somebody look up the Astros score real fast? I was trying to see it. I can't. The TV's too far away. I was trying to see if the Yankees. They probably didn't sweep them. But yeah, Red, I don't know. What do you, I'm sorry. I was trying to see the TV.
It was just the explaining Suri's greatness and her mist and how people are assuming that she's going to try this on.
It might work.
It might work.
That's what
I'm saying. There is possibility in this world where Cam just decides not to use it. I'm going to use it on my guy, Red.
But then Red would have to be like, oh, man, maybe he's really not.
Oh, everyone looked at the score.
Oh, wow. Wait, the Astros are losing to the Yankees? The Yankees aren't good, though. Okay, sorry, this isn't a baseball podcast, guys. I'm sorry. Tune in to Passive on Wednesday for that.
For gloating.
But, for gloating, what are you talking about? I'm just making observations.
You're jinxing it. What's the inning?
They'll probably lose anyways. I don't care. So, yeah, we are not 100% sure who the replacement would be. Jared changed his mind about every 5 seconds, or anytime he had a conversation, or anytime he had a thought, or anytime like he looked at anybody, he was like, what if I used him as a pawn? 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 But yeah, we don't know exactly who's going up. I would
The joy of Big Brother.
imagine that it's going to be Jag. Jag
think it's Jag?
seems like.
I think it's going to be America.
You think it's going to be America?
America. They've had it up to here.
Right.
Her, which I don't even know why. She's just a smart girl.
But I feel like if you put America up, you're immediately casting a shot, and they are still somewhat working with Corey, and Corey is his boy. And
His boy.
You're basically taking a shot at Corey if you do that. Now, this
I
America
don't think
was
they
definitely
care about Corey at all.
But Jared and Corey are tight. But then they got in a fight.
They're always getting in fights.
But they're boys. That's why you fight with each other.
They're like brothers.
But yeah, right. They did. So he's just a field brother with him.
And apparently Corey told Suri about his brother, but Suri
did
no
not know
idea
who Zach was.
Who his brother is.
So it didn't go great. But she was like, "I appreciate you telling me, and I don't know what to do with that information."
How does Suri sleep with all those secrets in her head?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, you got Izzy, so you can just hype Izzy up and get her all crazy and get her paranoid about any info.
But you have to keep all the secrets from everybody. Except Jared.
But she doesn't, because she tells people, but she told Jared, and then Jared goes to fucking Jag. She's like, "What the fuck did I tell you? Like, not to tell anybody, you dumbass."
And then 5 minutes later, she's like, "I'm so proud of him. He's just paving his own way in this game." No, he's not. You're delusional.
Speaking about Jared being a dumbass, the problematic thing that happened on the feeds yesterday is Jared talking about potentially using America as a replacement nominee, referred to her as the R word, and he used the hard R. He used a hard R. I'd like to point that Luke did not use a hard R, still got expelled. Not justifying what Luke did, because Luke should have been expelled. But if we're kicking people out over words, are we kicking Jared out? Are we kicking Jared out? It's a slur. It is still a slur. It's not a racial slur, but it's still a slur that is demeaning to a group of people.
Yes. I don't know where the rules
That's
are
what the people are saying.
Maybe
That's
the
what
line is literally drawn at racial.
Saying, well, we're just getting to that, Mundo. We were just getting to that. If you've been on Big Brother Twitter this morning, I was about to say, don't say the word I'm not going to put the word up on the chat. I'm not gonna. I was watching Taryn's update, and that girl was really like on her, like, "I will ban you if you do it." Like, don't say it. I'm just not gonna put it up in the chat. Like, don't do that, guys. Is that a jar of lemon drops behind me? Emma's decoration. She changes it.
Candy jar.
It's October almost, and you're gonna have candy coins in it.
It's not almost October.
Well, it's less than a month.
We got Snickers and we got lemon drops. Yum.
Who cares about Corey's brother being on Survivor and voted out first? I felt like that with Frankie Grande when he was like, "All right, my big secret is that Ariana Grande is my sister," and everyone's like, "Oh my god, okay, what does that have to do with us voting you out this week?" Well, Ariana Grande's fans might not like you as much. Okay. R word with a Todd says, "Is it a derogatory word?" You can't say, like, it used to be said.
He didn't question it. He says it.
It used to be said. Michael Scott says it. He says, "I don't call these people that. I call my friends that when they're acting blank." And Jared said America was, I don't remember if he said she was being that way or she was but yeah, either way, not okay. And the internet was hot on the streets about that. And I mean, there's people that are saying he should be expelled. I do not think he will be expelled. He would have already been expelled had that been happening. But what they're not telling us is that probably was only shown because they kept cutting from America talking about how uncomfortable Cameron makes her feel about how Cameron says, like, you got to stop wearing these revealing clothings. You got to stop doing this. How he can't control himself around her. How everybody just knows that what she's doing with Corey is he's jealous about it and weird stuff like that. And they were just cutting from her. And then they cut to Jared saying, America's blank. And it was like, they were trying to cover their own ass on both sides so much that they were like, we're just, no, Cameron. Oh, fuck, damn it, Jared. You couldn't do one thing. The one time that Jared, he always fucks him up. He fucks over production. He fucks over Cherie. He fucks over everybody. And this time they got him saying that. And now there's people that are calling for him to be kicked out. I don't think he should be kicked out. I don't agree with him using the word, but I also don't think a word should get you kicked out. I think the house in itself could govern itself.
Should have got kicked out.
I think their decision was the right decision. I do not think that, like, I would have been like, Luke's going to have a fucking talking to, and I think that they would have taken him out the next week. I think they would have the next week. But like,
I don't think they would have, because nobody told anybody.
I don't agree with Big Brother. I don't agree with them using the words on Big Brother. I do agree with Big Brother's decision to use those if those are in the rules. But I think that like Big Brother is a game of you put people in this pressure cooker, even though they did already. Like, you put people in a pressure cooker and shit gets real sometimes, and people say fucked up shit, and you have to fucking play the game around that. And I understand that makes people uncomfortable, but that's why it's for $750,000. There's a lot of people that want everybody to just hold hands, and I get it. Hate speech is not okay. I'm not justifying hate speech,
No,
but I think like sometimes that's just the game. That's the game. Sexually yeah, right. Like
uncomfortable and unsafe are two different things.
I absolutely.
So if someone feels unsafe, so that's why like racial words definitely probably cut deeper and need actions taken against. But something like the other word, there's no one in the house that way. You know, like it. I don't know. He won't get. I don't think he's going to get kicked out.
Do you think he should be expelled?
No, just because I think that's where the line is, like racial and then just awful words, because they've all said awful things, all of them.
I agree.
About each other. And you can rank how awful, but like Luke definitely got to go. You're making people freak out.
Because like, and I'm not playing the slippery slip thing, but it's like, fuckface could be really offensive to stuff. Like, I think America's a fuckface. Like, she probably doesn't want to hear that, and that could probably really hurt her feelings. Red would definitely cry if you called him a fuckface.
But it's not even about America hearing it. It's about someone who
feels marginalized because of what you said about them. And I absolutely agree with you, and I don't think that it's right what he said.
Or using that as an insult to someone when someone feels like they're talking about them, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not right. Either way, it's not right.
Daniel says, you think there would be a delay? I
sure
feel like there is a delay, but I think they were so worried about making sure that America was not like they're like, he didn't touch her, did he? Like, damn it. Like, don't say anything like that. It's going to get us fucked on TMZ. And then they just, while trying to protect that conversation, they just couldn't protect both at the same time.
I agree with Kate here.
Kate says, perhaps they made it clear when they enter the house that they can't use racial slurs, but they don't specify other words. Yes, I absolutely.
It would be that awful to say them.
Because when Luke was expelled, they did show in the rules, the Big Brother player rules. Now, I don't know if we can find where the player rules are, but I would imagine that racial slurs were absolutely mentioned in there because they were highlighted when Luke was kicked out. I don't know if it was other derogatory slurs of that would have to be really fine print of slurs regarding minor or marginalized peoples or whatever it is. The slurs of any kind would be grounds for him being expelled. Bean, do you think he should be ejected? Paul called Michelle the C word. That was funny though. It was not what he said, but it was funny the way it happened. And Meech was being a B. She was trying to get annoying to him, and he just called her out, and it was like, okay. And Meech was a big baby. Meech was a giant baby. Remember, she stole his float on the way out the door.
That's just
because Meech is a giant baby.
Comic, right?
Polly says it would be sweet if Suri could work her magic on Cameron.
It would be sweet.
Yeah,
I would love to
double
see
shot. That would be so he could be. I think Cameron definitely this has kind of been an ongoing thing. It was even with Riley in the first week where he was just like, you're like my daughter, but you're hot, and it was like, that's weird, dude. Don't say things like that. And then moving it on to America, and it's obviously America's talking to Corey. She's very interested in Corey. That's a thing. You can't be saying shit like that to her. And I think that it definitely is. It's creepy as fuck. And the Jared thing is kind of gonna get to fly under it because that is. I mean, I would say maybe somebody feel uncomfortable and they might be being assaulted. It was probably slightly worse than saying the R word. Not justifying using the R word, but if you had to say which is worse, that was probably a little bit worse because she's in the house. You're making somebody in the house feel physically uncomfortable. You shouldn't make anybody else feel uncomfortable, but they're not in the house. DB15 is full of unacceptable words. Yeah, that was the season before I got on, and I just remember reading back about all the other stuff.
So bad.
The C word can be funny. Sometimes it's rude, but when used properly, it's cool. Or when an English person says it. English people can say it all the time because it's not even bad over there. C word is different, just really mean. Agreed. Bean says he's okay if Jared is expelled or not expelled, I guess. I would vote 51% for expelled, mostly because America was not in the room.
I can see that.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, I guess, and Luke he said it to Jared.
Oh yeah.
Not like calling Jared that, but he said it in a discussion with Jared.
Hope that Jared got a talking to.
I bet he did.
By his mother. And
I hope they told Suri. I hope they called Suri into the diary room, and then they called Jared into the diary room after telling Suri what he did. Like when your teacher would call your parents at home, and you're like, "Fuck!"
Tell him what you did. Tell him what you did.
So what did you do? How much did you hear? What did they say I did? Well, I'm not gonna know myself for that stuff. That would be funny, and then that should be his punishment.
Yeah.
His mom gets to scold him in the diary room on national TV.
National television, and they better play it. They won't play it.
They won't play it.
No, we're not even.
They're not gonna say it. You don't think?
No.
Like the show's not gonna.
No.
That'd be bad luck.
It would be bad luck because Jared's their pet this year. Jared and Suri are the money makers of the season. They were the pool, the hook.
It's also just like incredibly unfair in so many instances. I'm like, that's not fair because Jared would have only told Suri if it was his mom. In a real game situation, he's not running over doing this. And like, I get it. It's a twist, but it's like, God damn it, they have such an advantage.
They do.
You have like one of the best Survivor players. You're the best Survivor player to never win it, they said. Her son's kind of an idiot, but like, you can't just have a coach with you. He's the only guy with a coach the whole time.
Izzy's kind of got a coach.
That's true. Well, that's basically her mom now too.
Yes, the Fields.
So that's pretty much the spoilers. We have no word officially on who the veto will be used on. I would imagine it's gonna be Cameron. I think it's Cameron, right? It's a dumb move to not be Cameron.
I don't know. Cameron's
how you win the veto and not use it on yourself when you're on the block.
Cameron's kind of dumb.
Yeah, agreed. But I would imagine it's going to be Cameron.
But I could also see them because
and America or Jag is probably going up.
The Chillbillies broke up, so maybe if Cam wants to win Red's heart back, that's how he does it.
I would imagine a gun to your head, you had to pick the replacement nom. Is it going to be Jag or is it going to be America or someone else?
America.
Yeah, I think you convinced me. I'm gonna go to America too, because it's gonna be like if one of them goes home, and he already tried to suck up to Jag too, and especially if Jag kind of put him together like what he did.
And Jared loves putting Corey in his place.
Like, he has to. he has to.
But I would love to not see it.
Oh yeah, Marcellus is the one that said because he wanted a power, didn't he? He thought there was a power that he was gonna get if he got voted out.
That was Lawan.
That was Lawan. Okay. Fuck, that was a fun eviction. Or like lead up. I heard they mentioned Bowie, which would be. I mean, why not? Like, let her have the stats.
Yeah.
Let her have the stats at least. I don't know. That's not at all.
Showtime.
You want to do some power rankings before we get out of here?
Oh, sure.
Let's do some power rankings. Allison did. If she sends them to us, we will put them on the graphic. I don't have them right now. I can go first if you want to work on yours.
I mean, I have mine, but
okay.
You can go first.
All right. And I wonder how many of ours are similar because I feel like we have similar ones. Starting at 5, I got Corey.
Okay.
I got Corey at 5. Felicia is 6. Just because I feel like people are I feel like this week, multiple times, there have been people that were like, I think Felicia is people are thinking Felicia is doing the Suri stuff because Suri is so good at convincing people what they're doing. And then Suri has heard that Felicia said stuff to other people too. She hasn't blown up their game, but like, she's kind of like putting together deals where it's like, maybe if Suri has something happen, I also have an out. She's doing what Suri's doing, but it's not okay when other people do it. It's cool when Suri does it, but it's not. Yeah. So that's what she's doing. I just feel like she's more on a radar where my watch does that like 2 or 3 times a podcast where I'll look down and it's just recorded the last like 5 things, but it's all like spelled it out. But yeah, I think Corey's a little bit under the radar right now, and I just don't feel like he's a target currently. So he's gonna be a 5 for me. Felicia just out of the top 5. Matt is 4, just because he's got the power from what he's done this week. I think he got a lot of points with Suri, who is spoiler it, she's my number 1. She's gonna be my number 1 until something insane happens. You can pretty much just mark her at number 1 for the rest of the season until she's gone. But Matt scoring points with her. I think she's gonna be more likely to go out on a limb with her, and it's just like. I don't know. Is it the tied back hair Matt? Is it just tied back hair Matt is just dominant Matt? He goes out there, he takes care of business, he wins things, he uses power. So Allison, miss you.
Miss you.
Miss you.
Miss you.
Everybody say hi to Allison in the chat, please.
Please.
Please say hi to Allison in the chat. She joined us and she's
Do it
off
now.
tonight. She's off tonight. Felicia starting to say stuff about Suri. And it's like she's not selling Suri out, but she's like obviously looking down the line in the game. Like at a certain point, you're probably gonna have to cut one of the stronger people. And if I'm not the stronger person, she is. And yeah, you can't go to the end with Suri. She knows that. Felicia told Jared about her final two with Suri, and then Jared tells mommy, and then mommy is the. But she's not mad at Felicia. But she did go, and she was like, she tried to like have a bunch of conversations, basically being like, that's like if I were to sell out you. And Felicia was like, yeah, I would never do that. And so Suri's just like, all right, fuck this bitch. But she didn't say that. But like, she probably thought it.
Yeah.
She probably thought it.
She probably thought it.
So yeah, I have Matt at 4 just because the power and all that stuff. He literally had a power to say fuck you to Cameron's HOH. And I think that's gonna get him a couple more weeks at least in the game. So he's 4. Jared is 3. Not great guy. Game wise, but he's the HOH and he's like his mom is just handing him everything. Like he has a coach. So
he's a great spot.
As much as like I really think he's not a great player, where he's sitting in this game is about like as he is the trust fund kid. He's the trust fund kid that is just like, well, I wrecked the car, but daddy bought me a new one. And like, okay, look, I fucked up the whole thing telling Jag about knowing about the power. You're right. But my mom talked to him and everything's cool now. Like he's able to just kind of trust fund kid his way out of things. And until he can't, he's going to be kind of up there. Number 2 is Izzy because she's the better version of the Fields kids in the house. And she's just, she freaks out a lot and she gets really paranoid, but Izzy's getting better and better at figuring out how to play the game right, where instead of being so dramatic and like not saying she's not dramatic because she does freak, like she just runs in and like runs through scenarios over and over and over again. But I think like she's slowly like figuring like if I just settle down a little bit, Jared's making some waves right now. Cerise's thinking I'm the favorite kid. Like things are going well for me. I can just kind of hang here. And like at this point, Cerise cuts Jared before Izzy, right?
Yeah.
You have to. Yeah. Although you maybe don't because you can beat Izzy at the end.
You could beat Jared at the end.
That's what I meant. You could beat Jared at the end. I think it's easier to beat Jared probably than Izzy.
No, if
Jared's
you're
problematic.
If you're Suri, you beat everybody. It doesn't matter.
Scenarios.
Actually,
yeah, I don't know. I can't wait to start playing like jury votes when we get to a jury because like if you don't get blew up before that, you're gonna have that. Who do you think Suri would take? Felicia or Jared? I think she takes Jared. I think really like if it's not down to Izzy and Jared, I think she takes Jared no matter what. Because I think Jared, unless he goes on like a winning streak, I think that like he's probably. I mean, they don't know if he said the R word though, so like I don't know. I have no idea. I really think that she would take Jared though in almost every scenario. And Suri, when is it Jared win and vice versa? That's very true. And she would take him to the end because then the Fields would get first and second place money. So she's gonna take Jared, I think, no matter what. Never mind. She protected him and has a better game. Yeah, I mean, Suri gets to the end. Like, I would just like be like, I'm gonna not even make a speech. If you want to just give it to her, that's cool. I get it. I got the second place money. I'm a Giants Yankees fan. I'm not from Houston, so I already had my teams when we moved here. But Giants Yankees all the way. So yeah, I got Izzy at 2 and Suri at 1. So it goes Suri, Izzy, Jared, Matt, Corey are my power rankings.
Want me to go?
Yeah.
There's no one else. Okay, so at 5, I have Matt for all the same reasons that you have Matt at 4. I think he's really weaseled his way. He's not quite a Field yet, but he is.
He's basically he's like a cousin.
Neighbor. Yeah.
He's like a second cousin. Maybe.
He gets invited to the barbecue, and he has a bed to stay in when he gets a little too inebriated at the party. So then I still have Felicia in there because I think if the rift starts, the house starts to separate, I think she is the mama of the other alliance. She might not be the mastermind, but she is the one that they'll try and break off.
She's just so safe.
Like America and Corey will just try and chisel her off, and then they'll kind of start this side. And I feel like Mimi might even go on that side.
Oh, who? Oh yeah, we had a house guest named Mimi.
And then the others will kind of still not side, but I feel like that'll be the way to go. The moms will separate, and we'll have 2 sides.
Right.
And she makes waves. I wouldn't say moves. She's making waves by talking all the time. Like, she plays the game. She does. It might not be the smartest moves always, but
even when it's not the smartest move, it's really only not the smartest move because she doesn't realize that Jared and Suri are related.
Yeah.
And if she did, I don't think she tells him that because she thinks that Jared's got his own game and Suri's got her own game. And I don't think she's just trying to like break them apart necessarily. No. She's just like, all right, look, I got to have my bases covered. And she thought Jared was on the other side of the house.
I'm just saying, like, if Felicia starts feeling like the rest of the house feels like they're too close, her and Suri are too close, she'll start breaking off, and then she'll start throwing Suri under the bus, and then it'll be like, I forget that. Yeah, she's a player.
It was a crapshoot HOH kind of, but still she won it.
She had a strategy though.
No, it was. I'm not shitting on Felicia. I love her. She's awesome.
She is.
And if she wanted to ever do an alliance with me, I would be like, yes, ma'am. Yeah, I just want to hear you just talk. Just read to me, please.
Okay, so I have Felicia at 4. I'm still sticking with Jared there just because he is getting dragged along. Trust fund kid. And then Izzy 2, Suri, just because those three. The Fields. Top 3. 1, 2, 3, yeah. And then Aunt Felicia and cousin Matt.
So there, the Fields family.
Family.
It is kind of like a family cookout.
It is.
So it's the cookout too.
Yeah, not.
No, with Matt though. Well, it's just like a family.
And Izzy.
Family reunion. That was already an alliance, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Damn it! I thought it was being original there.
Original.
You just hate Jared.
I hate Jared.
I think everybody hates Jared kind of right now.
Jared's gonna win.
On Jokers, he's got to be the last place, right?
Yeah, because I think he's still under Luke. Yes.
It's like, do you want a racist guy, not racist, but a guy who says racist words, or do you want a guy that uses other slurs?
Yeah, Jared's last. Under Luke. God, Cameron even dipped under Luke.
Well, I mean, he's misogynistic and he's problematic.
Yeah, Riley is number 4.
Bean approves of our rankings. I like that. I feel like Bean is like, I don't know. He's the golden star from Bean means he did a good job. He's been last place on Jokers for a while. How long? Yeah. Oh yeah. I go full week.
Only to be switched out with Luke sometimes, and then Heisem was right.
Heisem had a little run. Like, you know what? Heisem wasn't racist, at least.
At least.
How far do you guys think Blue will go?
First jury.
Ooh, I was about to say jury at least because Suri is gonna keep her around there.
Keep him happy until
keep him happy. But she's also gonna know that Blue's a vote for one of them in the final.
That's
and
true.
Blue is an auto vote, like so it's a free vote that you know is going to Jared. And then Or Suri.
If she ever figures it out.
Right.
Feels confident enough to figure it out.
So I think she makes jury. Blue's not gonna win the game at all.
No.
I don't know. I mean, I could see Blue finding a way to have a final 4. Like if it was Izzy, Suri, Blue, and Jared, like if they made an agreement, like that's how it goes. Like, I could see that being that, but she's 4 in that situation.
Kitty purr. No, there's
the
no
kitty purr alliance.
There's
that could
no
be it. I do think Suri is gonna get rid of her when it's time. Absolutely.
And Suri knows when it's time.
She does.
Bet in her mind, she's ranked everybody like when they go home.
But remember, if you go to the jury house, you can bang in the jury house.
Yeah.
So Blue and Jared might give up his game after they make the jury. Honestly.
Well, jury houses, cameras don't stop him.
Yeah, that's true. We also talked about getting the women to the end. It'll be interesting to see how that ends. That's what I'm saying. Jared, Izzy, Blue, and Suri would be 3 of the 4 women. You could have Felicia as a 5. That could be a final 5 they make. Yeah. And I think that is somewhat a final 5 they have.
I just don't think Suri wants to bring Blue along because then you get Jared in his feelings and he's like, well, I'm going to choose love over my mom and then cuts him loose.
But she's going to scold him for it, and I don't think he would do it.
He knows she would forgive him. He's obviously her favorite kid.
No, Izzy's her favorite kid.
Her new favorite kid. But back at home, Jared's number 1.
I feel like Suri's never going to place the vote for Jared.
I would hope so. It's when she's the HOH? Is that what you're saying?
Under Suri's oh, that would be wild.
Me.
That would be wild. Is that love?
No, it's lust.
It's lust. It is
Blue
lust.
lust.
Yeah, it's absolutely what it is.
Ice cold.
Oh, that's Apple TV telling me that Messi is taking a free kick right now.
Cool.
Everybody, go watch Apple TV. He's doing a thing. Jared needs to go. Suri knows it. Men do not choose a woman over mom, right? I mean, in the game, I wouldn't have met him in the game though, so that's different. This is a new woman. This is a new woman.
No, you could choose your mom over me. She gave birth to you.
This is a new woman. But you're a better Big Brother player.
Oh yeah. Sorry, Kim.
I love you, Mom. But like, yeah, Emma's a better Big Brother player. And my mom would like vote herself out. My mom would just sacrifice herself in the game like that. I'm like, Mom, don't. This is why you can't sign up. That's why my mom wouldn't make it. They wouldn't cast my mom. They'd be like, she's really just gonna like hand it to me. She can't. She's too sweet. She's too sweet.
She just scratches my head all day. Everyone knows.
This is that's what Jared's life is right now. Hand jobs and talking downs too.
It's like he's in high school. It's high school all over again.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. He's spilling all over. But I think eventually.
It's not always spilling.
Yeah, it's not always spilling, but he's cleaning it up at least with Clorox wipes because that's what cleans things up like that. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's about it. I don't know. We're getting into the hand job portion of the show, so we probably need to wrap it up. Not like that. No, I'm just saying like we're getting into this is like the jizz sock portion of the show where we're like, all right, and I think this is winding down.
Panties, yes, panties. We need to fill our panty quota. Panties.
We had to. Yeah, we had to. All right, guys. That was a weird way to end it, but I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thanks to everybody joining the chat. If you're listening to us, don't forget you can tune in and watch us live after every episode of Big Buzz doing the Rod Ryan panties. I always say that.
No tease.
Miss the panties.
You miss 100% of the panties you don't take.
So go and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I think we're getting close to 100 followers. So like just Pass Your A Bro on YouTube, at Pass Your A Bro on all socials. If you are watching us, please go subscribe to the audio version of the podcast just so we can get those numbies up. Give us that 5-star review. If you wanted to leave a nice comment, that would be awesome too. Yeah. If you're listening to us, go and subscribe to the YouTube channel and leave us some fun comments there too. You guys are awesome. I really had a fun one with it. I mean, I missed you, Allison. Yes. But look, we got to our first just Alex and Emma one of this season, huh? How about that? And then I think we're gonna have the gang back together. Allison, and it'll be the trio. Oh no, it won't. It'll be ladies' night again on Wednesday. Fuck, I keep forgetting that Wednesday. Maybe I'll surprise y'all. Maybe who knows? Thursday for sure. The gang will be back together, and we'll be. Maybe there won't be a power use to stop an eviction this time. Maybe nobody will say any slurs in that time. Maybe like fingers crossed, no more slurs or unwanted sexual advances in the next few days. And we will talk to you guys on Wednesday. Have a great rest of your night. If you're working on Labor Day, I'm sorry. That sucks. If you're not, enjoy your day off. And you guys are the best. Love you guys. Until we talk to you next time. Pass the gravy, bros.
Big brother, it's Big Brother. It's my brother, it's your brother, it's our brother. It's his brother, it's her brother, it's their brother. On Pass the Gravy, bro.